Hey there guys, it's Metro and we are back again with another leveling challenge. This one is a little different. Probably say that all the time, but this one is actually different because I'm not going to just be doing a leveling challenge on this character. This is actually a character I want to play. And I've been racking my brain over it for a while. I really wanted a Paladin on Alliance. I was thinking about leveling one, doing all these different things. But the more I think about it, the more I think the only way I'll be able to get a character to max level would be with the leveling challenge. There's a bunch of other stuff I wanted to do as well. So the plan for this character is step one, a Nomad leveling challenge. I really enjoy doing these, and I think I haven't done one in a while. It's going to be very fun. I love the concept of it. But on top of that, we're also going to be exploring archaeology. If you do not know, Dwarf has, first of all, better archaeology than every other race in the game. They do it faster and they get more stuff from it. But if you also didn't know, archaeology is like an extremely efficient way to level right now. So we are not going to stop at 50 or something like that like we've been doing. We are going to level this character all the way to 60. And we are not going to do Shadowlands content while doing so. We're going to be leveling from 50 to 60, doing something else. It's probably very likely to be archaeology, but I have this in my head that I might try to get 50 to 51 purely through questing, and we'll see how bad it actually is. But this will require party sync and chromie time, but we can do it. So we're going to be trying that. And that's that. So yes, I'm going to be playing Holy as well. This is going to be a Holy Paladin that I would like to play as my Alliance main. I'm done. I've realized now that if I'm going to play undergeared alts, they should not be a tank because it influences things too much. So we'll see what this looks like. I think this could be fun, and hopefully it'll be a fun way to level. I know it will be because there's some incredibly fun things as Holy Pally. But yeah, Nomad seems perfect to me because I'd really like to... I was thinking about doing a naked leveling challenge, but I do actually want to play this character at max level, so I do not want it to get there completely naked. Hopefully we'll find something that will be worth wearing along the way. But anyway, that will be interesting on its own, but we've also been very interested in the way Dwarf looks and appears. I have to say, Dwarf Customization is one of the ones that I find like is the best out of all of them. They have a million colors of hair now. It's so cool. I really like. It's not even that I want to have it look a certain way. It's just I love the fact that I can literally change so much about this now going to a barbershop for free. It was one of the things that put me off Classic and TBC so much. Like, the customization is awesome, and it was awesome even before Shadowlands and even in Classic and TBC, but you don't have any option to change it. Like, if you want to change it, you have to make a whole new character, and that's just absurd. So I love the fact that you can do this now in Shadowlands, and it's been something that I've been eyeing up for a while now. The question is which mustache. I had trouble picking this because they all seem to clip into the beard, which I'm not in love with. The braid one's kind of cool, but I'm not I would like one to just kind of flow from the top to the bottom. So I guess we have to kind of settle on one of these. But anyway, I also have some ideas about what I'm going to be wearing. I won't reveal it too much just yet, but my goal is to not use a sword and board. I would like very much to stay with the two-hander of some sort, so I think that will probably be a rule. But anyway, if you're new to the Nomad series, I haven't done many of these. Well, I've almost done none of these. I've started a few, but I don't think I've got them off the ground at the time of this recording anyway. But the one thing is, you know, you don't equip anything unless it's a BOE or you find it in some way, basically. It's only gear that you find.
Change has come to the enduring halls of Ironforge. Obsessed with the workings of the Titans, the dwarves retrieved their creator's mystical tablets from the fabled city of Ulduar. Activating one such tablet, King Magni Bronzebeard fell prey to a terrible curse that fused his statue-like form into the diamond heart of Ironforge itself. To compound this tragedy, Magni's estranged daughter Moira arrived, claiming her father's throne for herself and for her infant dark iron son. To avert civil war, the dwarves created the Council of Three Hammers, an uneasy coalition that would share power equally amongst the clans. Now, with political upheaval rising within the kingdom and the great cataclysm ravaging the surrounding lands, the future of Ironforge falls to brave dwarves like you.
It's cool. I never actually. That's the first time I've ever heard that. It's pretty interesting. We got to mess around with add-ons as always. But yeah, I would also like to. Okay, let's just start with all of them off. I would also like to get the Dwarf Heritage Armor. Like, I will be doing that as well. So we need to do as many Dwarf zones as possible because I need to hit Exalted with Ironforge. I don't know if that's even possible. Like, I don't know how that works now. But if I have to use Chromie time, or if I have to use Party Sync to do the zones a second time, I will be considering that. We'll see. I don't want to do it too many times, but I don't actually know. This is all stuff we're going to explore. But yes, I will be getting the Heritage Armor as part of this leveling challenge. Once we hit 50, that'll be something we do, and maybe it gives some experience. I doubt it, but you never know. So yeah, we have to grind dungeons to get that as well. We will. Okay, so anyway, in terms of add-ons, we need to get a few going. We definitely need this stuff, and what else? Details, I guess. It's kind of cool to have on, just to see, you know. There's actual details. And gather mate, of course. Don't think we need that. Immersion, yes. Really need to get rid of some of these add-ons. But yeah, so hopefully we'll have plenty of things to keep it interesting along the way. I know it will be very it is going to be a relatively long one because we got to get to 60. There's going to be a lot of archaeology, you know. It's going to take a while. Actually, it's not even really going to take that long. I've been messing around with this on level 50 characters, and archaeology, if you have rested, it is a 1 hour level from all levels, 50 to 60, a 1 hour level. Like, how nuts is that? It's really nuts. So that's that. Let's get started. It's gonna be a great while before anything actually challenging happens. I imagine we gotta at least get to 10 before that occurs. But yeah. Anyway, so one of the things that really piqued my interest about. Oh yeah, we need to turn auto loot on. One of the things that really piqued my interest about leveling a dwarf was I've been, you know, messing around with TBC and Classic at the time, and I see these dwarves wearing this martial gear, or Grand Martial gear, whatever it's called. Now I know I can't actually transmog that, so what I was thinking was I might just wear it. So I was thinking when I can incorporate that. I freaking love the way it looks. Like, it's unbelievably nice looking. I really wish I could have that as a transmog, but I don't. PvP, obviously. So what I was thinking was, when we get to wherever we're done actually, like, questing or whatever, we will start, we'll buy it, and I will just wear it from then on out. It's like, it's not particularly good, you know what I mean? So it's not like it's gonna completely break the leveling challenge. But I think that's probably what we'll do. And then, you know, we'll see what it looks like from there on. But I would like to just have it on this character anyway, because I feel like I could see myself, like, just wearing it randomly. But okay, so we already got, let's get this set up too. We already have Shield of the Righteous, which is going to be used for now, but at some point soon we're going to be not using a shield anymore. I haven't decided when, but probably when I get to 10, or maybe even 5. Basically, whenever I'm done with this area and I can go to Iron Forge, we'll probably go and buy a two-handed sword. I really would like to use two-hander with this, and that's going to be part of the idea here. So another thing about you know, meddling around with old game is I would say very noticeable that a lot of paladins are not wearing plate in Classic. A lot of warriors and paladins in Classic are wearing mail. Okay. So I was thinking it'd be very interesting to not wear any plate in this challenge too. I'm not going to set that as an official rule or anything like that. Because yeah, if we only get plate somehow, then it's going to be a mess. But I will be very satisfied if I get mostly mail, and I think it could be very interesting. But that's one of the main things I like about the Nomad leveling challenge, is that you're going to be wearing cloth and leather, like 100%. You're not going to get enough slots of gear to drop for you throughout the playthrough that is going to be plate. It's no chance. Like, you'd be mostly naked if you waited for that. So okay, that's going to be cool. You know, I'm really interested in seeing that. Like, I don't know, the whole I really like the concept of like mail wearers. I wish that they kept it that way. I wish that you could transmog mail as a warrior and paladin. Like I don't see why you shouldn't be able to. They originally wore mail. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
What's on your mind?
I think you should be able to do that, honestly. And I would even be fine with it. I would, like, a concession for me would be like, okay, instead of that, how about we make it so if you have mail on, you could transmog that. Right now, that is not possible. Like, if I have mail on as a paladin, I'm not allowed to transmog it. Even though it's, you know, it's mail, I don't understand why that would be the case. Like, I'm not really sure. Like, you're already hindering yourself, right? Why make it not transmoggable? I don't know. Blizzard has done this for a long time where they try to like force you to not make a mistake. They do everything in their power to make sure you don't make a mistake, basically. And it's like, yeah, I'm not a child. Like I understand why you're doing that, but I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I don't really care. I'm doing it for the challenge, so it's unfortunate. But there's also this helmet that I really want to get. I don't think we'll do it on this character. I might just do it on a different character really quick, but I did not know this was in the game, but there's this short quest line that come with Legion that's like a white cloth helmet that any class could wear, any armor specialization. So I definitely want to get that. Like I said, I don't think we do that on this character just because I want it like as soon as possible and I keep forgetting to get it. I might make a small video on that too because that seems like a really unique item that's in the game and the story is quite neat. But okay, so Forgotten Dwarf Artifacts. That's interesting. Also, this zone is probably the best in the whole game with shade scale on. I think it's like tier 1, number 1. There's some good ones. High Mountain and Nazmir are both extremely, or High Mountain and Voldun are both extremely good. But in terms of classic zones, I don't think there's one better than this one. Just because of the snow. I feel like the snow is just such a great, like it's such a great accent. You know what I mean? Okay, where's... Apparently there's artifact. What is that? I've done these quests a few times, but famously me and Siler thought making a community guild for a project we were working on would be a good idea. And we made a guild on Alliance and I started leveling a dwarf there. That was the first time I ever did these Cataclysm quests, but Cop is still in the guild on one of his characters, and the guild message of the day has said that starting May we're gonna start doing game time giveaways and stuff like that. And it was like, he's like, every May I log on just to see if it's gonna be this May. I'm like, oh, he's a card. Okay, so that is a seldom. Where's all these objects? Well, it's ironically introducing us to archaeology, which we do need to also get. I think at level 5 we can get that, so probably this episode we'll probably go quickly to 5 and go get that stuff set up, and then we'll be back with a rip-roaring good time. We're not going to do much archaeology, but my goal is to get this dwarven artifact thing that I have not gotten. I really, really want it. It turns your it like plays music, and a bunch of people in my guild have it, and they play it all the time when we raid. And it's like, oh my god, that's just the best. So I need to get that thing, and I did not even know it existed. And of course, no better race to do it on than dwarf. So we will probably do a lot of dwarf zones anyway. I don't exactly know how archaeology is chosen, but I presume it's anywhere that dwarfs are. So I'd imagine it'd be mostly wetlands, maybe this zone too. I don't know if archaeology can be done in these starting zones. But I would expect it also to be in Southern Barrens, so we will see a variety of stuff there. I don't think I've ever done Southern Barrens as an alliance, so we might do it. Now, I also might be doing 2 things at once here. I hadn't decided if I wanted to do this yet, but one of the things that really gripped me about playing Classic was the Plague Lands. I think it's one of the most interesting set of zones in the whole game, especially like, you know, in the early game. And I really regret how much has been removed from it. So I would really like to see the Plague Lands again. And me and Cobb did them a long time ago, but I think I will make a whatever I've been calling it, where we do the zone and read all the quests and stuff. The problem is, in order to do that, I have to like not talk and stuff a bunch. So those episodes would be relatively dull. But I think we might do it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so priceless rock jar artifact. Now we're looking for it. It's a lot of artifacts. One would assume logically there would be some troll or some trog artifacts sticking out of the ground. That's strange. This is like actually introducing you to archaeology. The thing is, archaeology is now like, it used to be treasure finding, the racial, and I wish that they would return that, to be honest, but I am like now personally interested in this racial instead because it allows me to level a lot faster. But yeah, it used to be treasure finding, which would put, it would track treasure chests on the map in Classic through Cataclysm. Then they changed that, and now unfortunately the only way for that to occur is to play a combat rogue or outlaw rogue, whatever it's called. So, which we have done that a bunch, but yeah, it's kind of unfortunate because treasures are extremely valuable while leveling, and there's going to be a few in this zone. There's one that's always there for some reason. Every time I play a character through this zone, I always get it. But yeah, it's really good to get treasures, and also especially with Nomad, it's pretty much like more important than actually doing anything else because they give experience, they give gear, you know what I mean, that you can actually wear. One other thing I should have mentioned before we get too underway here, for me and my Nomad leveling challenges, I have introduced a variety that is not necessarily one that others would subscribe to, but if I ever get an upgrade, like a piece that is not, like let's put it this way, if it's a green item and it turns into a blue, or especially an epic, I will wear that item. That is also something I will say that is part of my Nomad challenge, even though most would say it's not. And I don't think it really makes it any easier. I just really like it when gear upgrades like that. It's so freaking cool looking, and I love having blues and greens on, or blues and epics on. So certainly if we get an epic, it will be on. But if we get like say a piece and I already have a Nomad slot, like something that I'm enjoying having on, I will probably just not put it on. Like if we got a great shoulder piece that like looks good and fits the character, and then we got a upgraded shoulder piece, I probably won't wear that. But yeah, if it turns into an epic, I will certainly be putting any epics on, I'd imagine. I'm very excited about treasures and just stuff like that. And there could be archaeology gear too. Like there's actual gear that you can wear. So if we do get anything like that, we will be putting that on too. Okay, so that's that quest done. Now, oh wait, what? I thought we were also looking for, I guess we were killing the trogs and looting them or something. I don't even know. I'm not sure. Not very well versed in this starting zone here, but we just got to wrap this starting zone up. Then we move through Coldridge Pass. I'd imagine there's probably one more set of quests here. Gonna be 5 pretty shortly, and then that'll be the first episode in the books. Try to keep these first ones pretty short, but from then on, so I only publish the first episode nowadays. If you've ever watched these, so from now on, every episode will be unlisted. But in the description there, or in the comment, there should be a pinned comment as well, with a link to a spreadsheet, but also the playlist for this. So if you're interested in watching it, you can. I just don't want to spam the channel because this is going to be like 40 episodes. I don't want to spam the channel. If people want to watch it, the playlist is there. You can watch it, no problem. But I don't want 40 different notifications to go out and people not have any idea why. Okay, so we get that. Yeah, we were just looting rock things from them.
Great to meet you. Be good.
But anyway, there's also white items that look really cool in Classic, and we probably are going to end up wearing some of those. That'll probably be something we have to take a look at. Oh, there was one other thing too. There was a I just recently found out about this. We might explore it, okay? A cop actually let me in on this little secret. Is there's an entire series of books, like a thing that Blizzard has effectively written, okay? And they're scattered throughout the game. They're little books that you can read, and I don't know if you could pick them up or if you can only read them in their location. But there's an entire scattering of them around the world, and if you read them in sequential order, it reads a book that Blizzard has made, okay? I did not know this existed. They're obviously there in Classic. If you ever do Scarlet Library or really a lot of different dungeons, you probably see them all the time. So I was thinking it would be interesting to go and read them all, but they don't give experience or something. You know, they don't help level at all. So we'll see how this goes and how adventurous I want to get. But I felt like if there was a character to do that on, a dwarf would be the one, right? Because pretty much, you know, it's kind of, you could look like a librarian as a dwarf, right? There's a lot of dwarf, I don't know, I feel like archaeology and like history in general is like dwarfs kind of, it's kind of their motif, right? So we will see. Also have one of my favorite racials ever, Stoneform, man. This is such a good freaking racial. If I could have this on my main Death Knight, I would. It's one of the most overpowered racials in the game for necrotic, really for anything. There's not really a racial that helps us anywhere near as much as it does. These trolls are a little confused. Soothsayer Shikala scouted. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to put it. I wouldn't say I scouted her. I just kind of walked up to her, but... Kickner gonna help us get through this. I don't know why the spirits be rejecting us so. Yeah, probably because you're invading the dwarf starting zone. Like, this is our big no-no. You're not even allowed to PvP here. Like, even Blizzard doesn't want this kind of stuff, you know? They don't want people getting camped the second they log on the game. I mean, could you imagine that would literally happen every day, all day, every day? Gonna make you into Mojo. That would be weird. When do I get Consecrate? So I've leveled a lot of Paladins recently, a lot of no-spec Paladins. But this is gonna be a Holy Pally, a little different than leveling out. A lot of no-spec characters. And typically if I did a leveling challenge right now, it would be on a no-spec character. But this is, like I said, one that I actually want to play at max. So. Who is Giknir? I guess that's what we're setting up, of course. Okay, well, we're definitely going to be 5. It seems like even these starting zone quests don't accommodate experience properly. Maybe we're supposed to get to 10 at this point? I doubt it. I highly doubt that. I don't know, though. I've not actually like paid attention to the leveling, the start of a leveling zone. Our land to be a land of ice and snow. That's true. But beneath the earth child, there always be fire. Oh, that's true. The spirit come from deep down to talk with Gikner. I doubt that. I doubt that very much. Frostmane troll, is that an option? Blue troll? Troll is definitely up there. Troll and Tauren, it's probably like Troll, Tauren, and Dwarf. And if you toss them up in a bag, I might pick one of the 3 depending on the day. Like, my mood might change, you know, enough to make me want a different one. But those 3 are definitely the best 3 races for customization. And I am very satisfied with all 3, let's put it that way. So, Dwarf's a little, I don't, like, a lot of the cool stuff about Dwarf, it's like making, like, Iron Hammer or whatever, something like that. It's like a dwarf subsect. Just kind of like Troll has a lot of them too. So we did just get a weapon, but probably don't need to break the rules immediately. Although it looks kind of cool, but no, we're gonna go get a sword, and we'll see what we got here. So, okay, this is all in this cave over here. It looks like, and then that presumably will be the end of the zone. We're gonna go to Ironforge, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, so one of the big things about in fact, yeah, let me do that right now. One of the big things about Nomad leveling challenges, there's no flight paths taken, and there is no hearthing, okay? But, you know, some classes have spells, like if we used Mage or Shaman, we'd be able to use those things. But yeah, not playing one of those today. So Paladin and Warrior, I feel like the salt of the earth. They need to travel everywhere they go, and I'm very much looking forward to this. One of the main reasons I wanted a Dwarf Paladin. I already have a Alliance, a human Paladin, and I was thinking about making that my Alliance main, but it doesn't have my name. It's like one of my first characters ever made, and I feel like it's good to leave that as a relic of the past. We'll make a new character with a more modern approach. So, but anyway. One of the main reasons is because of the dwarf mount that you get for Paladin. It is awesome. I've always liked it. Freaking love it, honestly. The Dark Iron Dwarves can actually use the regular Dwarf one as well. And I did start leveling a Dark Iron Dwarf at one point, not in the challenge. So I'd probably level that character too at some point, just to see, but yeah, I don't know. It's just like so cool. It's like iconic. Like as soon as you see it, you know that's a Dwarf Paladin. You know what I mean? I love that. Okay, what are we doing? We have to kill both of these things. What the hell is that? Kali Mog? Is that some kind of dumbass reference? Didn't know fire elementals spoke a different language. That's news to me. Well, we kind of just ruined your whole plan, didn't we? God, that is awesome looking. Yo, let me know how I can get that animation on my character. The only thing that does suck about no spec Paladin is probably like the most complete class. I've been saying Rogue is, and Rogue is really good for solo content, but Paladin, it could actually be good for max level content too because of Consecrate and AoE, and like they have wings and all this different stuff. The thing about it is you cannot generate combo points or whatever holy power very easily, and I really wish that Judgment could just generate holy power again. In Shadowlands, they actually changed it. It had changed like 6 times, but I'm not really sure why, honestly. But in previous expansions, Judgment generated holy power, so the fact that it doesn't anymore is regrettable. Oh wait, we haven't killed like we're not done with the quest. Frostmane Novice? What is that? But yeah, where the hell are these guys? Were they all? Oh, they were probably. I think they were all around the fire elemental. I thought there was something going on there, but I just didn't even pay attention. But yeah, anyway, if they would change that back, which I think they honestly will, like. This is the really cool part about these leveling challenges, especially when you're playing no spec. It's like that a single class change could completely redefine the no spec version of the class, right? And Blizzard has they don't care about that. Like that's not even on their radar. I have to fight this thingy. So it's like, oh my god, that is such a big deal for these things because it's like literally. So they're like nerfing AMZ, right? Like they change AMZ a bunch, so that's a pretty big deal for a Death Knight because that's like you don't have many spells. So that's one of the ones you do have. You don't have many of them. So whenever they change one of them, all of a sudden you're more interested. Like of course that's not a great example, but like if they ever like dramatically changed the way a class spell worked. Like Judgment, like the problem is a lot of these things are not class spells anymore, and I do worry that they're just going to abandon this immediately. Like I'd imagine 10.0 is not going to iterate on this further, but I hope I'm wrong. I really hope. I've talked about this a million times, but I really hope they continue to work on class development and they continue to work on Chromie time. These are the two things that are the absolute gems of Shadowlands. And it's completely like, I mean, it's turned a good expansion into the best expansion in my eyes because of it. So, and also character customization, but I don't know if that will happen. That seems like a long shot. But anyway, I hope that they will continue to do this stuff because it revitalizes the game. It's not it's not wasted effort. But we'll see what they do. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, so we now have Consecrate. Okay, we still have not finished. No, I guess that's it. Yeah, okay. Hands Spring Sprocket. The presence of the fire elemental here is no small matter. That earthquake did more than just upset a bunch of trogs. It changed the world enough to tear a gash in the elemental plane. We should submit a report to Ironforge. You wouldn't be willing to take a trip, would you? Unfortunately not. Yeah, I want to stay in this very small starting zone for the rest of the time. Yeah, anyway, don't worry. I have a feeling you'll do just fine. Talk to Hans Spring Sprocket on the tunnel. Eastern edge of the valley. He'll point you in the right direction. Sounds good. Okay, so we're going to go to Ironforge. We're going to buy a weapon. And I want to see if there's like an armor vendor, because I would like to wear something other than this gear. Although it's quite nice. I'll tell you, I've been very interested in gear that does not look like plate. And this is definitely gear that does not look like plate. Very interested in it. Like, it's been an obsession of mine these last few weeks. So let's see. I think you don't even go through here anymore, right? Which is kind of sad.
Honored, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, they like stop you from going through. That's funny. We have to fly over it. Silly game. I really hope and pray that someday you'll be able to play Classic in Shadowlands. I would love that. I mean, I literally, like, I've said this so much. I would pay any amount of money for this. I mean, I guess I can't pay any amount because I'm sure it costs a lot of money to develop it. But whatever you want to charge, like, even if it's like another whole expansion, you know, like, I'll pay 60, 80, I'll pay whatever you want, expansion price wise. $80, I'll pay it. Just give me an expansion feature where I can play classic content in Shadowlands. It would be like my #1 pick. I would love that so freaking much. Okay, what is this? Another quest here.
What's on your mind?
Don't forget about us.
Feet on the ground.
You're leaving. Make sure you stock up before you head out. More importantly, please speak to Thanik Blackstone once you arrive in Keranos. Tell him what has happened here in Coleridge, and we could use some assistance. Hopefully, he'll be able to arrange something for us. Oh, that's cool. So we're not quite done. Coleridge Beer Flagon. Ragged Wolf Hide Cloak. And Leftover Bormy. Yeah, that's cool. Feels very dwarfish, doesn't it? That's really, God, that's just so good. We should also maybe think about cooking. I've been talking about doing like a cooking thing for a long time. Maybe we should do it in this character. Since this is actually going to be a character I play, a lot of times I just can't bring myself to do it because it's kind of a waste of time. Like, it doesn't, you don't need cooking. It never helps at all. But it would be cool to have cooking maxed out, right? On a character that I do plan on playing at 60.
Greetings. Alrighty then.
Alright, so that is it for the zone. Pretty cool. Got to level 6, which I'm surprised by, but... give you some data about what's going on outside Coleridge Valley. Let's see. This is like such a great, honestly. It seems you Coleridge folk are deadly underinformed about the events of the last few days. This is Cataclysm stuff, I guess, right? If you thought you had problems with trolls in Coleridge, wait till you get to Keranos. That big cataclysm got the trolls all stirred up out here. We need to get a rep track too. Ironforge. Oh, we're already almost honored. That's good. And if you look to your left, you'll see that the gnomes have retaken Nomergon. Hooray for us. So great. There's plenty else going on out here too. We've opened up the path to the airport. There's rumors of dark iron in the east. Oh, and I think something weird is going on with that Dwarf King Magni. Might want to check it out. Yeah, I agree. I don't actually have any idea what's happening with that, to be honest. Welcome to Keranos. Watch your step on the way out. Okay, we will just come back and do all this at a later date because I want to get through this as fast as possible. I was going to be like, oh, good, I'll get the flight path. I bet it'll take me to Ironforge. No flight paths. It's hard to remember. I tell you what, I don't think I've ever violated the rule. But god damn, is it hard. It's like legitimately hard, man. I have to delete my hearth. The amount of times I've done these leveling challenges and not deleted my hearth is, it always ends badly. So we need to make sure I do that. Otherwise, I will forget. But yeah, this is why shade scale. Look at that. It's like pitch blackout, and God, does that look good. The descent into Ironforge is unlike anything else. Oh, look at that. Wow, I never actually noticed that too. When you're walking on snow, you're like kicking it up as you run. God, this is really... There's a lot in this game, and I'll tell you what. I feel bad for anybody who can't appreciate this. We were just having this conversation the other night, like... We were talking about the value of World of Warcraft subscription, and I was talking about how there's like millions of hours of content besides Shadowlands. And somebody's like, yeah, I'm not paying to play that though, dude. That's not interesting to me. Oh, it's such a damn shame, you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe they just didn't fully understand what I meant, but like even including transmog, right? Like literally transmog farming is something that you're getting free value out of. Like, what's going on over here? Etched? No, what is this? The anvil is property of Jordan Stillwell. Please do not use. What? I'd love to do a blacksmithing thing too, but I don't want that to interfere with this character. I do want to do a whole blacksmithing thing at some point, but not on this character, even though dwarf makes a lot of sense. The problem is I've been wrestling with this for like months now. I really want a night elf warrior, but I really want a dark iron dwarf to do a blacksmith challenging on. So I just can't decide. Someday I'm going to make the decision and I'm going to start it, but I don't know when that will be because honestly, dark iron dwarf is just so freaking cool because you can port to the black whatever it's called, the Black Forge or something like that, whatever that's called. You can go there whenever you want. It's awesome. Okay, so first things first, we need to talk to a guard. Figure out where you train archaeology.
What can I do for you?
What can I do for you? Archaeology. Also want to get cooking. So that's, oh, of course. Duh. And profession, training, cooking. Okay, that's actually on the way. Sweet. So we're going to pick both up. Might as well. We'll see. I don't know. Might even like spend money on cooking. I would just like to have it at 300. I think that'd be cool. Problem is, we'll probably never actually use it. The real issue is like Chromie time is awesome and stuff, but like it doesn't actually like you don't, the food and stuff doesn't scale. Like professions aren't really well done, honestly, unfortunately. I was really hoping they were going to expand on. It's like there's a bunch of profession crafts that can't even use those reagents that they added. It's another one of those things that feels like it's gonna just get abandoned. Like they did it and at some point they had to stop and now they're probably never going to it. Looks like there's a lot of quests here too. I don't know what this is. This would be the first time I've ever leveled an alliance character and been in the zone for an extended period of time. Oh, we didn't want that. Fuck. Hold on a second. I think, can we drop it? I legitimately don't want. How do you drop a profession now? I don't even think you can anymore. Fuck. It's such a pain in the ass because now whenever I open the profession tab, it's going to show me the cataclysm stuff. Oh, actually, no. I fucking have a whole add-on for that. I forgot about that. Okay, so as long as I don't ever train any, it doesn't even matter, but yeah. So now every time we go to a trainer, though, he's going to try to train us cataclysm stuff. So we have to be careful. But yeah, we'll figure that out someday. It's just cool to have, I have to say it's kind of lame, but I really like having a cooking fire. It's like very nice looking, honestly, especially if you have inky block and stuff on. Okay, so now we have to go to archaeology, and I also want to check out all these quests. What is all these quests? Maybe we should do that in the next episode, though. Let's go pick up archaeology. I want to see if we can't get a weapon, too. I think the military ward has a weapon, dude. Mountaineer barley brew. But yeah, the deep run tram is an absolute gem for this. And we will be using it greatly because it is one of the fastest ways to travel around the world. Actually, this is the first time I've ever done a Nomad leveling challenge on Alliance. Well, this will be the first one I finished. I've started a couple, but I never finished them. This is not anything now, right? It used to be trainers in here and the PvP guys, but that doesn't really exist anymore. Yeah, here we go. This guy should have our swords. This is the place where you used to be able to train stuff. Oh, we don't have anywhere near enough money though.
See you soon.
Might have to send some money over.
What can I get for you today?
What's happening?
It's the cheapest one. We can buy that one. Doesn't look very good though. That one is just evading us. But yeah, I guess if we want it, we need to go, so.
Safe travels. What can I get for you today?
Hopefully that won't be the last time we get a two-handed sword. I'm a little concerned with that because I really want to do that. But I feel like if we don't get a good one the whole time, it's going to seriously slow us down. Okay, let's go pick up archaeology, and then that will be the end of this episode. And hopefully next one we'll get a lot done. I can imagine we'll start flying through it. So we just need to get our mount, and then I imagine things will go from there. But I don't even know where you would train riding in this city. This is a quest too. Let's see what's going on here. I'd imagine they're not for this zone, but maybe.
Need assistance?
Oh, Loch Modan. We've lost contact with Bingles. He was sent on a reconnaissance mission over Nomad and he hasn't reported. Last seen flying around the loch. Okay.
You have a great day.
We'll pick that up. We'll definitely be going to Loch Modan at some point. We need to do every dwarf zone, so that means our next our projection here is we do Dunmorrow, then we go Loch Modan, then we do wetlands, and I think that's it. I don't know where else. I'm gonna have to start looking it up, but I don't know where else we would find dwarf rep quests, so I gotta look that up. God, this place is awesome though.
How are ya?
Oh wait, what? What's going on?
What's on your mind?
He's not even like dialoguing with me.
Travels. What can I do
Okay,
for
I'm
ya?
just bugged. As always. Only 10 copper, luckily. Should be free as a dwarf. You should already have archaeology trained. But yeah, so let's take a look real quick
Watch your back.
at what I'm talking about here. Oh, Explorer. You find additional fragments when looting archaeology finds, and you can survey faster than normal. So that's not as big of a deal as it sounds, the fragments thing, but the survey faster is actually an EXP per hour increase, right? Like it makes you level faster, so that's a very good thing, obviously. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. So thanks for watching, guys. Again, the playlist should be down below in multiple ways. If you're looking for all the different leveling challenges, check out bigplay.1/level. I've done a lot of these by now. This one's live. I'm sure there's been a lot as well. So make sure you check them out if you're interested. And we will see you guys in the next one. I guess we'll pick up fishing too, maybe. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. And we're going to get a lot done. Hopefully start cruising through this and on our way to getting this character to max level. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.